Would you use a dating site to meet new people and even go out on a date and try to make a love connection? Well, that's exactly what this young lady did. This is the case of Sade Robinson. If you want to know more about this case, please continue watching.
Or has been issued.
And it's just so many questions that I have.
It makes you really focus.
And I bet he would run after what he's done. The FBI is offering a reward. What was the order of events?
Never stop looking.
Police are now questioning a number of people.
On April 1st of 2024, Sade Anderson, 19 years old, went on a date with Maxwell Anderson, 33 years old, at the Twisted Fisherman, that is a seafood restaurant and bar in Milwaukee. On April 2nd, she was reported missing, and after a severed leg was found on a bluff nearby. Authorities relied on text messages and witnesses, as well as security video and phone tracking data, to build a case against a man accused of killing and dismembering Sade Robinson. And again, his name is Maxwell Anderson, and he is 33 years of age. Now, this young lady, again, is 19 years old, and she was going to college to be a criminal justice major. And so that is why this case is interesting to me, because I don't know how long her and Maxwell had been in contact with each other, but I'm sure that at some point he set off some red flags. But a lot of times when we are trying to make a love connection or are in love, we become very hard-headed and stuck on what we want to see and not what we should see. So the red flags for her probably weren't that major. And so she probably, ignored them and thought maybe he's just a temperamental person who's very passionate. And, sometimes we all do that as women and men as well. Now, records indicate that she had a drink. I'm not sure if it is at the Twisted Fisherman or the other restaurant they visited beforehand, but she did have a drink. And I'm wondering how she at 19 was able to get a drink from a place that should have been serving alcohol to only people who are 21 and up. So her being 19, I wonder how she was able to get a drink, unless she gave them a fake ID, or either he vouched for her and said, hey, she's with me, just, give her a drink, we're on a date, whatever, that kind of thing. And then her phone shows that she went back to his apartment and they were there for a little while. And then her phone is tracked afterwards, leaving his apartment and driving around the city. Now, we unfortunately know why. That is because he was dismembering her body and scattering her remains in different parts of the city. And he is saw on CCTV doing this. And her phone data tracks this as well. And then, unfortunately, her car was found set on fire shortly thereafter. And I believe it was some children that found her leg that was severed, or either two grown adults. But either way, her leg was found, and the person who found her leg said that he and his friend were just on a walk and that's when they found her severed leg. Thankfully, Maxwell has been charged, and his charges include first-degree murder, intentional homicide, mutilating a corpse, and or arson in the slaying of Sade Robinson. Now, I don't know if this is his first victim, but I'd be willing to bet on the fact that this is not his first victim. Because how do you dismember a body and then think, well, how do you even think, first of all, to murder someone, dismember their body, and then scatter their body parts all around the city? Were you not smart enough to think, oh, somebody might see me on camera, getting rid of this evidence or these remains or what have you? And the sad part about this is that she was actually excited to go on this date with him, not realizing that this would be the man that would take her life. She even, sent a Snapchat to her friend showing them at the restaurant before they went to the Twisted Fisherman. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. When they found her severed leg, it was found on near 100-foot bluff by the water's edge in Warnmount Park, and her toes were painted. I think they were painted pink. I'm not really sure. But a woman who identifies herself as Robinson's grandmother said Wednesday afternoon that she was too distraught to talk about the teenager. No one else with Robinson's family could be reached for comment. Anderson remains at the Milwaukee County Jail in lieu of $5 million bail, according to jail and court records. A preliminary hearing is scheduled for Monday. Anderson's lawyer could not immediately be reached for comment Wednesday afternoon. His relatives also could not be reached. Now, this article is a couple of days old. It was actually published April 17th, and so it is a few weeks old at this point. But that is what we know as of right now about this disgusting douchebag of a human, because I can't even call him a man, who killed this 19-year-old and left her family distraught. And they are still out searching for the rest of her remains, because I think only one of her legs was found and maybe another part of her body. But I'm not really sure as of right now what different parts of her body were found, but they are searching for other parts of her body. They discovered the remnants of what was a cell phone inside the car that he had set on fire, I guess, to try to destroy evidence. But that phone matched the style of phone that she was known to have. So that leads me to believe that this was her phone. And, he, like I said, tried to destroy DNA evidence and fingerprints from where he had been inside the car, and drove the car as well by setting it on fire. But luckily, they were able to identify that the leg did belong to her, and hopefully they find the rest of her remains, so that her family can lay her to rest properly. And hopefully he stays in jail and goes to prison for the rest of his natural nasty life. Because what gives you the right to take someone's life? I don't care what the circumstances were, unless you were defending yourself. And I mean literally defending yourself, as to where you have to basically do, like if someone were to break into your home or something of that nature. But She was only 19. He was 33. I mean, yes, technically she is over 18, so she's legal. But dude, you're 33. You couldn't find somebody else within your own age range to date. Probably because he thought she would be an easy target to mold and shape her the way he wanted her to be. And so that's probably why he didn't date anyone in his age range. But I can assure you that she is not this man's first victim, because you have to be a sick individual to even be able to think of murdering somebody and dismembering their body and then setting their car on fire. Let's not forget the fact that her phone was pinged at his residence. I'm wondering if it had something to do with what happened when they went inside of his home. Knowing that I feel that this is not this man's first victim, I hope that whatever happened inside that home between both of them, I hope both parties consented to it. And, I hope that he didn't do something to her, like violate her, and he didn't want to go to jail or prison for doing so. And that is why he decided to take her life. I hope that's not the case, but just by the looks of things, that might have been the case, because I don't see anywhere that it's posted that they had any type of argument before they left the Twisted Fisherman. But just, to think that he had the mind to do that, what he did to her body as far as dismembering her body before, after ending her life. I don't know if that encounter between them inside the home was consensual, even though I hate to say that. But I wonder if he has any girlfriends from the past that can come and testify to if he'd had ever been violent with them, hit them, or anything of that nature. I wonder what his past relationships were like. Unfortunately, guys, that brings me to the end of today's video. If you liked today's video, please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. Please don't forget to leave me a comment down in the comment section below. And if you're not already subscribed, before you leave, please make sure that you subscribe, because it helps me out getting videos out like these, and it helps this channel out a lot. But until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.